remind you that coming up into the gang in Orlando, Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on. And open down the middle of the field. And the stop here will come.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, that makes things very difficult.
Come on, man, I ain't holding.
Something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open. That makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football. I think they like this drive a little bit better than a partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
The throw complete to Dorsett. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. That's complete to Kyle.
Let's go.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Throwing is Jackson. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after.
Hey, what's up? Thanks for watching.
Good luck finding some answers right now. Out there now, the lefty Tavecchio for the Falcon field goal. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go for, and he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again,
again.
and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Bullet good on the extra point. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. It is the final weekend of the regular season, final day of the calendar year as well. A lot of action to update you on, so let's get right to it. We'll get started over at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in they play the second quarter. From there, we'll make the trip down to it. Due to
it's broadcast in the beginning of the third quarter. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But
this is a really, I'm doing it though. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they are going to get this one back, it looks like. So So nearly like-for-like fumbles, but they hang on to this thing and keep it a turnover.
Wow.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Brandon, guys do whatever it takes to have fresh legs late in the season nowadays, don't they? How about him last week? Week 16, NFC Player of the Week for his performance.
Probably means a little bit more to him later in the year, doesn't it? Because of what you just said, the fatigue for a running back throughout the season. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Vikings offense making their way back out. Now let's give you a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC.
All right, let's go.
And for the moment, they're sitting pretty in possession of that number 2 seed, and more importantly, perhaps, that first-round bye.
Yes, sir.
But they have to clinch it, don't they?
Yeah.
That's the key, right? So, in a sense, the playoffs have started. They've got to go ahead and get this thing done. Otherwise, it's a different road, and you really don't want to be at the mercy of other teams and their results.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson complete to Dorsett. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Madison running on first down. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Let's go.
And they're going to go with the jet sweep. This is Diggs with it. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? You might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Sliding out of the pocket. And an alley to run. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
I like his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. There have been no struggles here for this crew. I mean, they were up double digits at halftime, and they've just expanded that here in the second half.
And it appears there are no answers from the defensive side. I think right now, if I'm the coordinator, if I'm down on the field, if I'm wearing a hat, I've already thrown it. If it's a visor, it's sail, right? My game plan is down by my feet right now because nothing I've drawn up appears to be working.
Well, he's going to have to find something right now to stop this offense. On first down, Jones. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Second and 13. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. A couple of first downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. A throw over the middle, taken in. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. second down, it's Jones. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. They go play action here on first down. They'll roll him out right. Complete. Smith has it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Caden Smith, his 4th touchdown on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season, as this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
They'll only get a couple up to about the 30. The Vikings on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Jackson. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. Only 2 on the screen pass there, and it'll be 4th down.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
And those gloves, they do have a little grip to them.
They get a little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out. 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. That one good.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. This will be caught inside the 10. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Last play went for over 30 yards. This one not quite as big, but still over 20.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone can stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive. Big time.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Here's Jackson to throw. He'll buy some time right. He'll run it. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third. The Vikings on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. From the gun on third down, Jackson. And he's able to find Diggs. And now for him on the season, that is his 80th catch, and the result is a first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder what plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vita Vea breaking through to get the sack. And that sack certainly just strengthening his candidacy for Defensive Player of the Year. You think he's got that one in the bag yet?
I'm not willing to vote quite yet just because I want to wait till the season's over. But he is really tracking towards it. Just look at all the great plays we've seen from him throughout the season. Strength plays that you referenced there, as well as agility plays. They just have not found a way to block him consistently.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. He's at the 30, 10, and it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Bucs, they've indeed run the table here on the regular season. They finish a perfect 16-0, joining the 07 Pats and the 72 Dolphins as the only teams to ever do so. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. But more importantly, they'll get a week to rest as they've earned a first-round.
Somebody.
Yo, what's up? Sorry it took so long for me to come back. I had to fix my DoorDash. Alright, let's get this.
Bring your lunch bells, fellas. I need to see that workman attitude today. We gotta get better today. What I want
We've been talking about you getting better every week. You know what? Today you got better. Let's keep it up.
What is the most popular mukbangs to do?